Alright guys, so bringing the Camaro to the shop for part 2 of the build. So we're going to be working on the brake system. So we're going to be upgrading a different booster, master cylinder, and also a big brake kit. So we're going to be doing 6 piston brakes up front and 4 pistons in the rear. So that's going to be able to stop this big beast LS3 turbo when we're, you know, doing some nice pulls. So let's get it up in the shop, let's get in the stall and start tearing her down. What's up guys, so I received these beautiful care packages from Wilwood, and this is the next upgrade for the Camaro, the 69 Camaro twin turbo. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade the brake system from right now it has disc brakes, like C5 brakes, I think it's like 2 piston front and like a single piston in the back, disc brakes. Obviously it's better than what the stocks was, but obviously having that LS power, 700 horse, you need the stopping power to do it. So I collaborated with Wilwood and we got a 6 piston and a 4 piston rear. So let's open it up and you guys check it out. Ooh. Obviously these are a lot of horsepower right here. So we got the, I believe these are the rear. So this is the rear set, which is a 4 piston in the back. These puppies there. Ooh. And I believe the front is over here, more horsepower. I believe we got some brake pads, bolts. These are here. Look at this box. Yeah, these monsters right here. We're going with the 6 piston front brake setup. So very big brake system for the front. And what we are gonna have to do also is I'm gonna go ahead and color match these and get these prepped out so we can color match them and paint them the same color as the car with some black Wilwood stickers. So we'll get into that. All right, so here are the 4 calipers. So these are the 2 rears, obviously a little bit smaller, but they're 4 piston. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna disassemble the tops of this, you know, what we don't need, the pins here, you know, anything that we need to take off in order to get it prepped so I can go ahead and refinish in the same body color. But I mean, these things are gonna be massive. All right guys, so we got the Camaro on the lift. We're gonna start taking the wheels off and start looking at what we have to disassemble, which is pretty much the old brake system, so we can install the new system. And Sammy already is taking off the wheels here, and he says that it'll be done today, and then I'll give him a bottle of Don Julio, right, Sam?
No, I said tomorrow, Friday.
Oh,
Friday.
He's changing it up on me. Nah, I'm just kidding. So tomorrow, he said, it'll be ready tomorrow, Friday. Today's Thursday, and it's right now around 3 o'clock. Oh, today's Wednesday. See, I'm tripping. Today's Wednesday, so we got Thursday and Friday. So I was like, if you finish, big old bottle of Don Julio for him. So this is the original setup for the front.
You have the steering on?
And this is the rear setup for the rear. Let me get a better picture here. That's what it is now. So it's just a single caliper rear, and for the front is a 2 piston front. So we're going from this setup to a 6 piston in the front and a 4 piston in the rear. So it's gonna be a big upgrade. So we're gonna start disassembling that, show you what all the parts we got. Part 2 of the Camaro build, baby. So explain what you're doing, Sam.
Huh?
Explain what you're doing right now.
I'm taking out the caliper.
2 bolts that hold the caliper there, and then from there this will come off and it'll leave this bracket, because we still have to remove that to put the new bracket on.
What? That ain't a bracket. Jesus, dude.
It's a bracket.
It's not a bracket.
It's a bracket.
No,
Sam.
it's not a bracket.
He says it's not a bracket, but clearly if you read there, it
You're in
says
the same pads? Come on.
Wilwood brackets. It's a bracket. It's a bracket.
It's not a bracket. Knock it off. Dude, they're gonna laugh at you. Hey, when they laugh at you, don't tell me.
I'm gonna tell you, Sam gave me the wrong answer.
Oh yeah, you. It's a bridge. Call it the bridge.
Oh, the bridge. Here's a bit. London bridges.
Fucking
London bridges falling down.
Where's the bridge?
Falling down.
That's the bridge you got?
That's the bridge. You like that?
That your new rotor?
That's it right there. New rotor, baby. Carbon fiber.
Yeah, carbon.
Stop on a dime. Look at that. There it is. Alright, so we mocked up these brackets on here. One thing we noticed, this is not a bracket, this is a bracket that came with the car with the C5 brake calipers, but it rubs a little bit on the Wilwood calipers.
Look out.
What we have to do is grind down a little bit here, and that'll give us the clearance that we need for it to go down. See how it's right there. So that's the thing sometimes you run into with like aftermarket brackets that we have to do. So we're gonna have to grind that down a little bit, and therefore that'll allow the Wilwood bracket to come down and set where it needs to, and then we can get the rotor on there and the caliper, and it looks like it's gonna land where it's supposed to. Everything comes from their package. Everything comes with the new bolts, different washers so you can space it. This for the top of it. So we're gonna be able to put it all in the right location so that obviously everything floats and nothing rubs on the car when it's rolling. So that's what we had to do to the new brackets to fit. Not Wilwood's fault, because I went ahead and purchased just the 6 piston setup, not knowing, you know, what kit this came from. So it does fit the C5 from brake kit, but obviously there's different configurations that they offer. So obviously like that we had to turn there, but now in order to get it fitted, we have to do that. So it is what it is, but we're gonna get them on there. All right, so here's a comparison. There is the stock bracket that it came with, and this is the modification. We wouldn't be called SOS Customs if we didn't have to customize somehow. So
You had to cut this piece out here.
so that's what we had to cut there, and that's what we cut out to give it the relief so that it would sit down into itself so that we'd be able to bolt it out. That's what we cut out.
Here's what we cut out.
So before and after. So moment of truth time. Look at that.
Looks pretty centered to me.
Look at that. Woo!
It's like we were knowing what the we were doing.
There it is. So now we got it set, centered. That's what we needed. And now we can just do the same to the other bracket, and we'll be ready tonight.
Yeah, fuck.
So now the trial and error starts. We put 3 washers, which we've done there. And I think we ended up being that we're gonna use 3 washers now.
Yeah.
So 3 washers on this side, that'll space it enough so that when the caliper rotor fits, it's dead center. So 3, it's a 3-holder then. Your favorite.
Yeah.
What do you say if it's not hit by what time or what?
What?
You're an Ocean side?
The other side is not hit by 8 o'clock. It's already been hit.
Moral of the story is wake up early so that it's not hit.
It's not hit before you hit it.
Not hit before it hit it, see? Here's a test fit.
Bridge.
Everything clears. The only thing that catches is that little valve stem right there. So we're gonna have to get a shorter one or something, or always a little something, but at least it clears. All right, so I unboxed everything from Wilwood that came in, took everything out, got all my components for the brake. It has the rear brake setup, which is a 4-piston setup I'm doing in the rear, compared to a single piston that's back there. It's gonna be a lot better braking. I have the rotors here. We got 2 rotors. We got drilled and slotted, so all optimal cooling. I have the other rotor there. Got the 2 calipers here. Rear brake lines, not the lines themselves, but the EBrake. I'm sorry, the EBrake lines are in here. That'll connect to the hub that goes in here. Obviously, so I have my emergency brake. I have the brake lines or hoses that go in the back of the rear axle. And in this box we have, okay, we got the rear pads in here, performance pads. We have the adapter ring that goes in the middle and the bolts. So we got that. I believe in this box is pretty much the bracket from drum to disc. It's like a bracket that bolts into everything in there. But also I think is what goes inside here, which is the shoes that kind of act as your e-brake, right? So on this table, we got it all spread out, is the new Wilwood anodized black master cylinder that's going to be going onto a new black booster. The booster that I currently have now is this same size. It's just like in a cadmium coating, but this one's black. But I'm not just changing it for looks. It also, the one I have in my car now, I've been noticing is taking back. So what happens is that when I press the brake, my idle changes and I lose brake pressure. And so that's the culprit of that. If it's losing through the diaphragm vacuum and you're losing the pressure, the vacuum booster is not doing its job. This is a Corvette master cylinder, which is good. But obviously, because we're running the whole Wilwood setup, it makes right to put the correct setup with the bore size and all the brakes. It also already has a Wilwood portioning valve, which we're going to reuse in the system. Also the big front, the big old monster pads that's going to be pushing six piston. The six piston caliper is going to be pushing to get that brake force on there. So got all the components we need, so in getting it all put together. But obviously, six piston versus just those two pistons. That's the old brake right there, the C5 setup there. But now it's gonna look a lot nicer. It's gonna have the braking, and it's just gonna overall be a better performance. You know, Wilwood is at the best of their craft on brakes, so this is a perfectly great setup for this car, obviously for this horsepower car, so that you're able to stop it, you know. So what's up, guys? This is the next thing. We went ahead and popped the brake line off. We're putting the adapter that Wilwood provided. This adapter will go on to the existing line, and then from there, this is the fitting that'll go to the new stainless steel lines that'll go into this fitting here, which we have. These are the lines here. This is out of the vehicle. So this is the line that goes into the existing line, and these are meant to fit onto the new stainless steel lines, and then this will go to the caliper. So that'll be put together. We kind of already put the pad in this so you guys can see. Pads are in there. We put a anti-squeak on the back of the pad just to eliminate any noise or squeaking that might happen. They're in there with the pins and the locks. It's a cool design. They have like a pin that goes in, and then they have these little locker snaps in there, and that keeps the pin from coming out, or you know, keeping the pad where it's supposed to. So. All right, guys, so I wanted to show you guys the rear brake setup. Got the rotor here, and obviously the depth that it has is to accommodate the braking shoe that's inside, which is the e-brake. Fits right in here. So it fits flush to that, fits inside there, and we're going to use the same existing holes that bolt it to that place here. So we're going to remove the rear brakes and show you guys that. Found it. So that's how it clears there. So obviously we're gonna remove this bracket, put the e-brake behind there, and that'll bolt there. But found the hole.
Yeah, fuck it.
5-holer.
The wrong hole.
Wrong hole's the right hole.
Wrong hole. I had to clean the backing plate and see it's got a lip. See that lip?
Oh, yeah.
And so I don't know if that's hitting the rotor, but
No one tire fire here. We got 2 tire fire and have the braking power to stop it. So big shout out to Eric for coming through and sending the gear. Got my Wilwood hat, got the shirt, got the gear. So now I'm ready to put this stuff on. See, I gotta make sure we got our gear on for this setup. And another thing that I'm gonna end up doing is that this is the original rotor that I have, because I have a C5 brake system already, right? And we just upgraded with the bigger 6 piston. But what we're noticing, there's a slight gap. I don't know if you can see the rotors inset a little bit. So what I ended up looking on the paperwork is that I can get Z51 front rotors, which are bigger. Meaning they're, I think, almost like a 14-inch rotor, because this is a 13, so 1 inch. Obviously it's ½ inch on each side. That's what I need right here. So that would bring this up, and you know, obviously the paddle or hit this rotor a lot better and have more surface. Because right now it will work, but obviously you're gonna have a lip that it's gonna be rubbing on. So we don't want that. We want to get it done right. So you know, I talked to Eric. Eric, you know, he knows everything about that over there at Wilwood. So he let me know what I needed to get. We got it, and we're just gonna continue. Might as well that we're here. This is the axle seal. It's pretty worn out and old, so we're gonna go ahead and pop that out and replace it with the new axle seal, so that once we put the new axle, everything's gonna seal up, no leaks, and it's gonna fill up, you know. Like, yeah, pretty much it's like a rear, like a small rear.
When you pull that change, you'll be back in there, not.
Because then it could leak, right? Potentially you put that back in, it can leak. So if you're already there, guys, just go ahead and clean it up, you know what I mean? It's like in the morning, if you're taking a shower and you need to clean your junk, you're already taking a shower.
Dude, I hit that.
Your junk and clean it, right?
Oceanside, you hit that, you better have a water hose right next to you. Clean that time of day.
Pressure wash it.
Yeah, with acetone.
There you go, that's it. The acetone, make sure you got your acetone, guys.
Yeah, that's right, especially in Oceanside.
Backing plate mount on the axle. This is where this housing is going to bolt into, which is our EBrake setup. From there, caliper mounts to this bracket, and the EBrake goes right here, and we connect it, you know, all the way down to the EBrake that's on there. So everything's looking good. We're going to go ahead and get these replaced too as well. I got a part number now. Get those replaced, and then new fluid in the rear end. Might as well make sure it's out. How did the fluid come out? Was it clean or nasty?
Yeah, silvery. Look at it. Damn it, my hose is in there.
Yep. Might as well clean it up, then we'll have fresh fluid back there, so we could do endless burnouts, right?
Yeah, one time, boom.
So now that we got the hub and the axle mounted, we're gonna test fit the rotor.
Come on, I can't even find the right hole. Poor wife.
Again.
Poor wife, dude. Oh, dude, come on.
There it is.
That's just fucking embarrassing.
There it is, baby. Look at it.
Okay, now. Oh shit. Oh,
that pin came out.
Hey, don't turn it. Do not fucking turn it, dude. You split this fucking rear end out. Fuck you. You're paying me today, and I'm going home. You won't get it for 8 days.
Hey, you said today.
No, I did not. You thought yesterday was Thursday.
Hey.
No, you thought yesterday.
Hey, I gave you an extra day.
Well, hey, you gotta wake up, dude. I tell you, pull it out a little bit.
We're mocking up the caliper, make sure we don't have to put like a shim or anything in between there, but it looks like I think it's pretty center. What do you think?
Yeah.
No shims required. It's pretty center right there. So that's pretty good. Yeah, look at that. Nice. Got everything mocked up. Everything, we know that everything fits right. Everything's bolted up. We're still gonna remove this off again so we can put the new seals on both sides, but we wanted to test, fit, make sure everything goes on, because the worst thing you could do is like put everything on this and that, and you find out that something's not fitting and you do extra work. So might as well double check your work, make sure everything fits, everything fits up, it's dead center here, do that, and then from there we can blow this apart, take the axle out again, replace that seal, do it on the other side. So Sam, you look good with that new hat.
Yeah.
You know what, you look younger. Hey, you know what? You know why you look? You know why you look younger? Because Wilwood stops, right? It's a so it stopped time. So it stopped the time. Look at you, you look younger.
Hey, hey.
All right, so what I also did is I went ahead and ordered the new rotors for the front, 2 different sizes. I ordered the Z51 package, and I also did the Z06. So the Z06 is like almost like a 14-inch rotor, and the Z51 is like a 13.3, because like I was telling you guys, like obviously this fits, but there's a gapping of surface that obviously needs a little bit more. So went down to the local parts store and I got both sizes. So this is, I believe, the Z51, which is like the 13.38, and the Z06, which is almost a 14-inch rotor. So if that clears and that fits, I'd rather have the bigger rotor on there. Be a lot nicer and more stopping power. So I'm gonna try these on to see which one's gonna fit, and we'll put those on there. morning, everybody. The first thing we're gonna be doing this morning is we're gonna be bleeding the brakes once it's the master cylinder and the booster are in, which I think we got the booster in, but right now we're gonna bleed, or what are we gonna do? Get the air bubbles out of the master. So we're bleeding the master, you see that? So as you push the cylinder behind it, it pushes fluid and gets all those air bubbles out of the system, and that's what you want.
Kindergarten?
What was that?
You're teaching kindergarten?
That's the way to do it. Gotta teach you.
That's the way to do it.
Gotta teach them, you know, how
Jesus Christ. What, are you sending this to Mexico or Guatemala or something or what?
Brakes 101. Gotta teach the kids.
Yeah,
Gotta teach the kids.
They don't do their shit across the street in Tijuana.
They probably know how to do it.
Fucking roadkill, fucking Tijuana.
Here is the new booster we put in. So the other booster was bad. I was telling you, it had like a vacuum loss, and you would hear the motor like idle high, and it wasn't creating the pressure that it needed. So we got a new one in here, and comes with the Wilwood proportion valve. We have that already. So
From you put your brake pedal higher?
If we can, yeah, that'd be better. That would help. Yeah, Sam noticed when he took the pin off from the back of the booster that, you know, it's adjustable, so you can adjust the rod in and out, so we can adjust the pedal so it can be a little bit more sensitive, versus right now it was like a lot further down. We can bring it up, so I have, you know, a lot better pressure, or, you know, foot pedal, so I can hit the brakes better. So all right, so this is the stuff you want the exhaust wraps. This is the one I'm using. Is like a titanium wrap, so it has a little bit different weave, and you want to make sure you use, they're pretty much stainless steel zip ties that'll go on there, so you can tie everything off there. So let's unwrap that and start wrapping. Not that kind of wrapping yet. I got a Turbo LS3. We're rolling down the street. Woo!
That master all bled out.
Slide her in. Hey, it's early, so you get them fresh. Slide it in.
Shit. Fucking dry spot. Oh! The line come off. Alright, we gotta do this real quick. Oh, we gotta take the rubber off. Hey, the rubber's still good.
Hey, rubber's good. You're good. You're protected.
I know.
Protected. So explain to me what you already you put the 2 lines in there connected to the proportion valve. So everything's bolted in.
God damn it! See how that fucking went in there?
Slide right in.
Almost like I knew what the fuck I was doing.
Did you spit on it?
Spit on it. Boom.
Yeah, didn't have to. It was already wet like me.
You're always wet, huh?
I'm always wet.
We'll call you wet.
Dude, that fucking bitch didn't know what to say.
I'll call you wet.
Shit.
Another quick fix that I noticed when I had the car, I have autometer gauges in the car now, and my oil pressure gauge was not working. So I was like, okay, either it's the gauge or it's either the sender. So quick fix, you can do that once you take the wire off the sender, and you can ground that, and if the gauge moves, gauge is okay. So then we can eliminate that the gauge is the issue. So while we're down here, it's right under here, so it's pretty easy to access. This is the sender right here. This is the wire we tested. So we're gonna go ahead and take this unit off and replace it with the new sender, and we'll have oil pressure. Because that was, you have to make sure you have that, especially on a car like that. So I did test before, and I was getting oil pressure, but just not through the gauge. So I was like, okay, you know, it's okay. So we're gonna swap that out, and then we'll have all the gauges working, baby. Yeah.
Snap.
Snap, crackle, pop.
That's right.
That's your cereal in the morning.
Shit.
Your Fruity Loops.
Shit, why
You like Fruity Loops?
Hey, no. What I like is hardwood floors.
Alright, so we finished bleeding all the brakes. We did the front, the 2 fronts there, did the rears, everything bled here and here. So now the last thing now we can tie off is the e-brake cables. One thing I'm gonna do, because these are rotors that you can get from the shelf, you know, but they come raw metal. So once after a while you notice they start rusting, they don't come coated like the Wilwood, which is another great thing that Wilwood offers. The rotors come coated black, and so any of this doesn't get rusted. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mask this up here, and then just paint this face so that this doesn't rust. So just so an added thing so everything looks cleaner, you know. All right, so I went ahead and masked it, got it ready. I went ahead and painted, but it just looks a lot nicer. So I'll go ahead and take this off and do it to the other side and keep going. All right, so we went ahead and mounted the wheels, got all the wheels mounted up, finished up the e-brake. So what we had to do is adjust, because this has shoes underneath, so you adjust the shoes to come out under the rotor. And then from there, we went ahead and finished all the new e-brake lines. They're all connected here to the original location. Got this mounted up, got everything away from it, everything adjusted. So we already pulled on the e-brake, everything's working good, so it's good. So what I went ahead and did, I think you guys saw me wrapping the header, so now I have to kind of come down here and finish it off here. So I'm gonna finish that off, and we'll get this thing on the ground and go for a test drive. All right, so we got this down. Uncle Sam's gonna go with me on a test drive, make sure everything works good, so let's hop in and take a ride. We're on the test drive with good old Sam, and checked out the brakes, everything's good. We're gonna do a little pull here and have Sammy feel some a lot of ponies under his seat, so let's see if he can handle it. All right, let's go, dude. Let's hit it, man.
Fucking third, I was smoking them. Oh, yeah,
and it's smooth, like it doesn't like go all over.
Yep,
Kind of.
that was fucking straight shot.
There you go, brakes. Brakes are good.
Everything good? Fucking A, motherfucker.
Bring it to the right side of the shop.
Hey.
The right side?
Hey, we can make ice cream out of horse shit.
There you go.
You need to go in there and tear the wiring out.
You know, and then just kind of go through it, clean stuff up.
No, just fucking clean it up. Brakes quit. Boom!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll put us right through the windshield. Wilwood, baby, thank you. We will stop.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yep.
Diesel pusher.
Yeah. Hey.
Got some brakes back on here.
It's a 5-speed?
We got it 6-speed.
Oh,
so
fuck, dude.
We got a lot of gears to go through.
Oh, yeah.
And we have the brakes to stop it.
Yeah, then we'll stop it now.
Never seen it, but
nice. Doesn't pull left, doesn't pull right.
Dead center, baby.
Somebody knows what time it is. I don't know.
Oh, I think I owe you something, right?
Ah,
There's something in the freezer.
Grab that bitch.
Something,
nice.
His name's Don Julio,
That's
and
right.
it's nice and cold in the
That's
fridge.
my DJ. Name that tune.
Sam says he approves. What? So he approves of the car. He says they fucking.
Oh, dude. Hey, Roberto, smoke him in third. Sideways.
So he's like on the freeway.
Third. First, second, grab third.
So good. Oh yeah.
Get after it, man.
Appreciate it. Salute. You had a wonderful fucking time. All you have in life is moments.
Right, the moment
Heartbeat. You got two?
All right, guys. So I got everything wrapped up. Got the Camaro. We got 6 piston brakes on it, 4 piston rear, master cylinder. Everything went good. We went for a test drive. Car feels day and night difference. So happy with the turnout. Can't thank Wilwood enough for all their input and the product they put out. So I just want to shout them out, and also just you guys. Thank you guys for watching. You know, you guys, your support and continued support. Make sure you guys hit that notification and subscribe button for get more up-to-date videos. This is part 2. I got a part 3 coming, so you guys stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a big part that I'm gonna do to this big upgrade. And I just want to thank you guys. So here at SOS Customs, we got you covered. Peace.